Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Actually, let me sort this angle out because it is crooked and might have always been that way. So thank you everyone for joining another episode. So where are we? We are pretty much in February, filming this a bit later than usual. I usually kind of do the intro video on a Friday. Tonight is Saturday. Not that it'll affect you because you'll get the video on a Sunday morning, but that's neither here nor there. Happy weekend. It's the last day of January today. It's February tomorrow and I'm so excited about spring. Obviously there's a few different things before spring comes, aka the Seville Marathon, which I'm running / walking probably in 2 weeks time. I am not that excited, but I think that the adrenaline will. They say that adrenaline is a mix, that adrenaline can be a result of nerves, but it can also be a result of excitement. So let's trick our brains into thinking that it's excitement instead of nerves. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and do. But I think what also helps is that I'll have great support there. So that is something, and that'll keep me going. This week has been a really good week. It's flown by. I do have some handy notes here as well. I'll start with Saturday. I went to a friend's birthday. It was his 40th, and we spent it in a Colombian place in Bermondsey, which is South London, pretty central if you're not a Londoner. And it was great. It was an event space that's basically free to hire, which is unheard of in London. And they had loads of really delicious empanadas and Colombian snacks and treats. I went to Colombia for 2 weeks about 2 years ago now. Really loved it. Such a beautiful country. It really exceeded my expectations. So it was just nice to have Colombian food again. And it's called La Chiquita, I think. I'll link it below in the description, but really lovely food. And they're a wholesaler of Colombian products. So you go in there and you can buy jarred products, you can buy wines, soft drinks from Colombia, and they sell them, or they work with suppliers all across London who sell these products as well. Would recommend. And then going into the sort of working week, on Tuesday night, my friends and I went to a Lebanese-inspired restaurant called Sohaila in Shoreditch, which is East London, and it is an amazing restaurant with a really great cause attached to it. And I'm gonna read the description here. So basically, they work with a social enterprise called Fat Macy's. They say that so the program is basically a work experience program, and trainees learn valuable skills and experience, learning alongside the professional chefs and front house teams in our restaurants and catering businesses. And then essentially, after 200 hours of this program, trainees can access a housing deposit grant to put down a deposit on rented accommodation. And then they have ongoing support around the transition into independent living. But basically, it's a pathway into employment for people who have had to live in hostels. And this is a way of helping them gain their independence and their own sort of chance to build a life that they deserve. So yeah, honestly, it was so great. And the fact that it was a restaurant that had really flavorsome food was such a lovely bonus. And if you're a Londoner, but even if you're, visiting for the weekend, I'd really recommend this place. And I've taken a bit of footage from it. Also, they had Greek music on all night, basically, but like cool Greek music, not like traditional. No offense to traditionalists out there, but this was cooler, cooler music. And then they also had amazing Greek wines, which, to be honest, Greek wines, they haven't spread out as much as they should be. In Greece, there are fantastic wines. My dad is a wine connoisseur. Shout out to my dad. Maybe when I'm in Greece one time, actually, I could do a little Greek wine special with my dad. An idea that I've just floated to him through this vlog. But yeah, really great Greek wines in there. I had a dessert wine, which apparently is grown on some roof somewhere in Greece. I assume that it's a pretty sizable roof. So the whole night we were calling it roof wine. And you know what? It was great. It was really good. Excellent flavors in there and an excellent cause to boot. Before that, actually, my friend and I went for some drinks at this hole-in-the-wall bar, again in East London, in Shoreditch more specifically, called Found Bar. And honestly, you could walk by it and not realize it's even there. It's an open door which leads to a dark staircase. I had to double check that I was at the right place. Really lovely, like, gem of a bar. In there we had this really great, the best cocktail I've had in a while actually, called Tommy Goes to Thailand. And it was like a spicy margarita, but very different as well. It had all the ingredients of a spicy margarita, but then it also had coriander as well to kind of bring in that Thai flavor. And it was really, really great. As always, cocktails are expensive in London, but this was actually like, you know, £12.50 for a cocktail, which I know if you're out of London, you'll still find that that is a steep price, but within London, it's like, oh, that's a bit of a bargain. So yeah, we've lost all sense of reasonable pricing. It was worth it in there, and you know, a lot of these places are so small and they don't want to hike up prices for no reason. It's not like they're making up a price that sounds good. I think for a lot of these places, they're pricing it at a point where it's feasible for them to keep the lights on, basically. Lovely, lovely little bar. Would recommend that too. Today, as it's a Saturday, we went to North Cross Road Market in East Dulwich, which is southeast London. East Dulwich is such a lovely area, like loads of little shops and boutiques. There was this grocery shop that I wish I'd taken footage from the outside. There was just so much fruit and produce. Oh, it looked lovely. Alas, I was hungry and I had that one thing in mind of like, need to go get to the market. Really lovely market. It's smaller than Crystal Palace Park Market, but it is so nice, and you kind of get a sense of community again. And you know, we went to maybe 2-3 different stalls, and 2 out of the 3, they were so chatty, told us about their business. Well, one of them actually, she is awesome. She's a hero of a baker. She's called Marta. Well, her business is called Marta and the Muffins, and I've featured her plenty of times here before, but she makes the best pistachio-filled cookies. Whew, that woman knows what she's doing. She really does. Last time I saw her, it was before my surprise birthday cookie cake that she had made for me. At the time, I had no idea that that was going on. But yeah, she kept it really quiet, basically. I was truly surprised and then hadn't seen her since then. Yeah, it was so nice to see her. It's really heartwarming when you start to get to know people like that, and probably really nice for them as well to see a familiar face in a market, you know, that's not just gonna like look at the cookies and walk by. So yeah, that was lovely. Obviously got a pistachio cookie. I mean, I'm not an animal. And then also dropped by a really great Vietnamese stall called Viet Van. They used to be in Crystal Palace Park Market, but they've stopped now, and they do Saturdays at North Cross Road Market. And I follow them on Instagram, and I was wondering for ages, like, where are these guys? And obviously hadn't seen the update that they now are in East Dulwich on Saturdays. But they do loads of private events. They've clearly hit the big time in terms of food market businesses. Got a banh mi from there, and it was, yeah, chicken thigh and fried tofu, like big tofu puffs. Yeah, I love banh mi. I'm rediscovering it all over again, I think. Anyway, everyone, this is the end of my ramble. I hope you've stayed till the end of this so you can see the good stuff. Thank you for joining another one. See you soon. Oh, right, because of the non-diary thing. What do I say? Yeah.
Without drowning in dips.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. You're greasy. I think we made the right choice this morning. Parsley and coriander. So I had 2 bunches next to each other.
They look so...
So I don't like it.
And our mother-in-law, sister-in-law had Henry, the boy.
This is scaring you rather than them.
Read that and I haven't read that into it, but
And you see all the like where they've
Probably not.
I just think Seville is like deeply. Like you literally there's a tunnel all down the street.
You'll love to use. Start a free trial today.
The train. Makes me feel like stressed.
New series of Stranger Things was coming out, was trapped in the upside down.
Online.
No, I don't even think I like. Lunchtime last week or this week just gone. And
Translate for you.
So I get stuck in. So we've done it all over.
oh, sweet.
But now we do a lot of events. So I mean, work and a bit of play.
Yeah, balance.
One person has to drive.
God, like, look at that.